Today I was thinking of telling you all a story, and this story was told to me by my aunt. And whenever there is a situation of loss, personal loss, emotional loss, or any kind of loss, at that time I remember this story, and it really helps me. It has helped me a lot, and I would like to share this story with you all. So the story goes like this. It's like the devotees, one of the devotees of God, who is very proud of himself as being the best devotee of God, uh, says, he has the powers of, communicating with different worlds, and he can appear wherever he wants, and he has all these powers he has attained through his devotion to God throughout the ages, and he's learning about Maya. Maya means illusion. And he wants to know from God. He says, God, what's Maya? And I have been learning a lot about it, but I feel as if the knowledge is incomplete inside of me. So would you please tell me what is Maya? So God says, yes, I will surely tell you, but you know what? I'm really, really thirsty. Can you just take this, jug and can you just fill it up? There is the river just there. You can go there and just fill up this jug with water. You get it for me, and I will tell you what it is all about. And his devotee, his favorite devotee, without any other question, he goes. So he has to, walk a bit through the mountainous roads, take the mountainous roads, and he walks down these mountainous roads. So it takes about 1.5 hours for him to reach this river, this beautiful flowing river, and there is the surrounding mountains around, the lush green grass. And then he goes, and then his mind is still on this question. And then as he starts filling up this pot of water for God, he just hears a sound and he just looks back. And when he looks back, what does he see? The most beautiful woman that he has ever seen in his life until now, through all these ages. And he's such a magnetic beauty she is, and he's like struck by her beauty completely. And only one thought is on his mind at that time, is like, I would like to make her my wife. And he just looks at her, and he speaks to her, and she speaks very charmingly to him, and he's completely bowled over by her beauty. And he asks her, where do you live? And then she says, in a nearby village. And then he starts following her, and both of them, they go to her village where she is living with her father, in a small house there, in a small, those kind of houses with straws, and all those lovely little houses in the olden days, how they used to be. And she was living in this kind of a wonderful natural environment in this little place with her father. So he goes there, and her father invites him. He sees that he seems to be a nice young boy, and he invites him, and he tells him, why don't you stay with us for a few days? And so he says, okay, fine, I will stay here, because he just doesn't want to go anywhere, because he's just so much in love with this lady at first sight, that he's completely like, she's so beautiful that he cannot just take her eyes off her. So he's like hypnotized by her beauty, mesmerized by her beauty, and he stays there. And then like this, few days, weeks go by, and the father sees that he is such a good young guy, and my daughter is of marriageable age also. So he says to him, would you like to marry my daughter? And to which that is his wish, and he readily agrees. And he says yes, if she wishes to. And then she also accepts this proposal, and then he gets married to this beautiful lady. And then soon they make their own little house, and they have a lot of children together. And after they start growing old, but they have really like made everything, like they have the house, they have the beautiful garden, and they have beautiful fields, and cattle, livestock they have, and everything is there. and they have children, and those children grow up, and then they have their grandchildren, and it's like they are rejoicing in the house one evening. They are rejoicing, all of them, him, his wife, his children, his grandchildren, and they are having nice food all together. And then they see that he sees that there is a lot of the clouds start appearing into the sky. It's getting darker and darker in the sky. So he hurries up and he tells his sons also, let's go and, let's like secure our cattles, because it seems it's going to rain heavily. It's like a thunderstorm, and like a big rain is expected, it seems. So they go and they put everything, in the proper, the cattle in the proper places, in the stables, and they put them. And at that time, then he tells everyone, all his family members, let's get inside. They are still living nearby this, this wonderful river. They are still living just close to that place. And so he tells everyone, okay, let's get inside now. And because it starts pouring very heavily, and then the heavy rains start, then there are lightnings, and it's really, really, really heavy rains start pouring down. And after some time, it is so the rains don't stop, and everything starts to get flooded. And in that, he sees that his kettle, which was kept, is drowning and is being taken away by the water, by Mother Nature's wrath, is taking away all the cattle. And then a lightning strikes on the house, and the house also collapses. And what happens is that flood water enters in, and everything starts getting taken away. So his wife, his children, his grandchildren, everything is taken away in the floods. Everyone is taken away. And after, somehow he survives, but in front of his eyes, all his cattle, all his family, all his relations are gone. And he is just sitting and watching all that. And then he starts to cry and cry. The rains stop after a few days, and he has still survived it. He tries to save his family, but he cannot save the family, because the force of the water is so strong that just everything escapes out of his hands. And then after, he is sitting and he cries and he cries, and he just wants to give up his life, because nothing is left. He's lost everything. Whatever he has created from scratch has been lost. And then at that time, he just looks at the sky and he says, God, what did I do that I deserve this kind of a treatment? You took away everything that I made with so much of hard work. I worked hard. I did everything, and you took away everything from me. What did I do? Why did you take it all away from me? And at that time, there is a sound from the sky. And the sky, God speaks. My dear devotee, where is my water pot? And then he looks into the sky and he's like, suddenly, he realizes that. And he says, yes, the water pot. And he says, because I didn't get it to you, you did all this to me? And he says, no. He said, you wanted to know the meaning of Maya, the meaning of illusion. And this is what I wanted to explain to you. You asked for it, and I told you, this is what it is. You came here for a particular purpose. I sent you here. But you got into that illusion. You felt everything here. How did you create? How did you meet this person? How did you marry this person? What happened after all this? All these things, he said, think about it. You came, you just had come for a mission, but you forgot that spiritual mission of yours. You came here, you got entangled in the worldly play. You fell in love, you had your children, you had your grandchildren, you created everything. And you felt this is permanent. But nothing is permanent here, my dear devotee, he said. Nothing is permanent. Everything on this earth is temporary. It is a phase. We are all travelers. Everything was temporary. You wanted to know the meaning of Maya, the illusion. This is it. You feel everything is going to be permanent for you, your relations, your wealth, your health, your everything. But it is not the truth. The truth is, your home is there. You are coming here to learn, just like you learned. You asked me a question, I sent you here. In this classroom, you have learned. And that is how it is. In this classroom, we come. We have asked a question, God has sent us here. And we learn the lessons that we have to learn. But we forget something. We forget that there is somebody there waiting for that particular thing that has been asked of us. And we get into the illusion. The game of life is so. And this devotee was none other than Narada. And God was Sri Vishnu over here. He was Sri Vishnu's favorite. He used to feel, of course, that he was his favorite disciple. Yeah, his favorite followers, actually. So the thing is that in this story, what I understood, and it really helped me, because during painful phases, what happens is that we feel I've lost so many things. It can be a material loss, it can be a sentimental loss, it can be a loss due to death also. Yeah. And then what happens is that we are in that Maya. So we will feel it because we are flesh, and flesh suffers. Know that the soul doesn't suffer. The moment the soul is liberated of this Maya, this attachment of flesh and all that comes with it, it knows no pain. So this is what I understood at that time. When my aunt told the story, I was really, it opened something inside of me. Because I was a kind of a person also who was extremely, attachments very important. Everything. I mean, till date, yes, there are, but now I think I have overcome some of those. Of course, there is a big job yet to do. I will tell you in my other podcast or in my soul food videos. Because everything on this earth is about learning. Some lessons are very difficult. And when some things happen in our life, it's very painful. Just like for Narada, it was so difficult. Imagine all his things just went away. In 2 days, everything was gone. Everything, and he was left to zero. Just nothing was left. So that time, these kind of things happen in life. And at that time, we have to know that this is not our home. This is our classroom. And we don't spend our life in a classroom. We learn, there is a time period to be in that classroom. We learn, we have our co-classmates there. Our classmates are with us. There is a teacher who comes. Subjects are different teachers, different subjects. Yeah. We learn everything. And then the bell rings, just like the voice of God. The bell rings, and we have to leave that classroom and we have to go to another classroom. And this is what I understood, that everything is about learning. Most painful lessons teach us the highest spiritual lessons. They're extremely painful but extremely powerful. Whatever is most painful is extremely a powerful teacher. But provided you want to learn something out of it. So as we all are going through this phase of losses right now, we are all questioning. We are all sitting and watching the sky saying, God, what did we do to suffer all this? We will hear God's voice tell us something. And it will open our eyes to the truth. We are going to a more spiritual world now. So all these things are going to happen more and more. I mean, I don't want to scare you on these things, but our evolution is going to be rapid now. It has already started since 2020. Yeah, rather 2019, I would say, because I'd seen it in 2019. And I'd seen the first signs of it, but I had predicted it in 2016, this mess that was about to arrive. I would not call it a mess also. It is indeed for us on this earth, it is a disaster. But I have to tell you something, is that everybody is going to come together now. Everyone is going to come together. Love is going to be born out of all this. Everyone is going to realize we are not separate, nor by religion, nor by caste, nor by creed, nor by color, nor by geography, nor by anything. Over there, divisions don't exist. And over here, we shouldn't form them either. So we all have to come together, and this is why all this is just to push us, all which were branched out in all different ways, back together into some one, the the unity, the love, the bond of love. This is what is the message of all this that is happening. And we have to be hopeful, my dear ones. No matter how difficult this time is, this too shall pass. Yes, there are a lot of us who have lost our loved ones, have lost too. And I would like to tell you is that we have to now just focus on one thing, and that is love. Let love be our religion. Let love be our way of communicating with each other. Let love be our way of relating with each other. Because if we beat our hearts with love, then this frequency of love is going to heal everything and everyone, and this planet, this Mother Earth is asking us to do that now. All right? So I just wanted to share this story, and I just wanted to give that message that I really wanted to, because we all are going through trying times. It's a mess, but there is something beyond this mess, and we have to keep our focus upon that. So, lots of love to you all, and be strong, be courageous, and listen to God's voice inside of you. What is the call? What is the message for you at this point of time, my dear ones? And your loved ones on the other side are protecting us too. All right? So take good care of yourself. And in your comments, please do let me know if you have gone through this kind of a spiritual experience, a spiritual transformation that came after a big, a big shock, a big trauma, or some kind of a happening that was difficult to take. Please do share your comments. I would like to read them, my dear ones. So thank you very much, and I pray for your well-being and safety, and may the divine lead us all into a better world from now on, a world full of love. Bye bye. God bless. Take care. Bye.